What up, everybody? And finally, it is time to talk about The Walking Dead World Beyond. Now, this will be a preview to kind of get you hyped and get you ready for the series because there'll be no spoilers here. I will have episode breakdowns after each episode conclude, so I don't ruin your viewing experience. That is absolutely my goal here, is to just be part of the conversation with you all and kind of break down things that I may have seen that you may have overlooked. And there's ultimately just have fun and, you know, be happy to be a part of the TWD family. So again, this will have no spoilers, as I've seen a couple of the episodes already, and I will again have those reviews released for you after the conclusion of each of those episodes. But yes, this is the second spinoff of the Walking Dead universe, and World Beyond was originally going to be released back in April. Now we'll be releasing the first episode. Will be releasing October 4th after the finale of season 10 of The Walking Dead. So it's going to be an action-packed day on AMC or Amazon, depending on where you're at, for the Walking Dead universe. So it's going to be really, really, really good time. But I will say this too. So just some preliminary information, just in case, you know, some of the people who have not been scraping throughout the internet all the information they could about this series. This is a 2-season limited event series. So originally this was going to be released April, would have been concluded probably by now. And then I think second season was going to be next year. So like, when you kind of put that into perspective, these 2 seasons may be knocked out by the conclusion of 2021. So this is going to be really, really quick. But nonetheless, it's a really good time, and I'm definitely going here to give you my thoughts about this. But so this goes 10 years into the zombie apocalypse, which is technically 6 years since Rick has been captured, to kind of put that into perspective. And it follows a first generation raised in surviving civilization of the post-apocalyptic world. And it does follow 2 characters. You have 2 sisters, Iris and Hope, along with their 2 friends, Silas and Elton, who journey beyond the walls here of their colony, called the Campus Colony, based in Omaha, Nebraska, on an actual college campus, shall I say, as they're looking to rescue their dad. And, you know, I'm definitely, when it comes down to episode 1, I'm definitely going to break that down a little bit more, because there's a lot more to that, actually. But when you think about the Campus Colony, it's just truly the clearest depiction of normalcy that we've seen in all of the Walking Dead universe. I mean, it's legit. Like, they're running college campus courses. They're actually running walkers, which are now called the Empty Survival and Training courses. And it's a mixture of people from all over. So, like, it's really the most normal looking colony civilization group that we've seen of all of the Walking Dead shows. Quite frankly, this is the plateau that Alexandria was kind of trying to aim for, but they got it. Everything is running on all cylinders here. But we also get introduced to CRM, the Civic Republic Military. Now, this is the group of people who pretty much kidnapped Rip in the helicopter. And with this series, we're actually going to get to see a lot more of them. We're going to actually be able to discover the who, what, when, where, and why of them. And when you think about that, that's really important considering the ramifications of the Rick Grimes movie. So that's going to be a really interesting element of this series. But let me talk about some of the key differences between this series and what we've seen and been accustomed to the other series in the Walking Dead universe. Now, the tone, it feels much more like a teen drama, like with the dangers of the empties surrounding them in every corner. So like, it's not a lot of horror, but the characters work really well together. And because this core cast of people they're young, they're oblivious, they're naive, they don't really understand the dangers what's beyond their walls. So you're not really getting the horror sort of say in the abundance of empties and how they look, but you're actually getting the horrors of little kids going into the big world. So it feels different. I like it. And it will take a little bit of adjusting to get to, because it's just not that same tone that we've seen in the previous series. So definitely different on that note. Because again, they're little kids and they're becoming adults, which is already a scary thing there, but then they're living in this apocalyptic world, post-apocalyptic world. And, you know, the idea of them leaving safety you know, it's like the little kids when they leave home for the first time, they're going to college or they're having their first relationship. It's that idea, except it's zombies that they're dealing with here. So, you know, it's that element of horror, not just like the scare tactics and just like costume design, shall I say. So that's the first thing. And again, walkers are called empties. So that's the other difference here. But, you know, it's the idea that these kids have never dealt with the empties before, and they like are complete amateurs to combat. But they are knowledge in another area because of all the training and knowledge that they're getting within the campus. They really assess situations differently than we've been accustomed to. So traditionally, when we see them in a situation, it's always brute force attack first. Here, you kind of get them more or less analyzing a situation, attack second, if all, and basically using their minds over their physicality in order to accomplish their goals here. So it's a little different here on that note. But at the same time, too, you know, it's different. But you gotta love like the ambition that these kids are having, because like it's much more different than we've used to being seeing. Like, we've seen the other groups and colonies looking for safety, and you're seeing this group of kids actually trying to voyage outside of safety to actually see what's out there in the world. So like, that dynamic feels totally different. Everything about The Walking Dead was about finding the next place to set up camp, to try to create a living situation and create a wall and barriers and safety. And then now you're seeing a group who has all that, who's saying, hey, we don't feel safe totally here. You know, we want to see sort of, you know, what's out there. We're very ambitious. And when I say safe, I mean like an idea of like, because they don't know what's out there and they don't really quite understand the world around them. So like, they're trying to really like find themselves and find their purpose, and that actually leads to the journey of them going beyond the wall. So it's very, very different on that note. But I have to be honest here, I am totally ready for the possibilities of crossovers. There's a lot of different things that can be done here, and I'm super excited for it. But overall, I gotta say, like, for the episodes I've seen, I'm liking this. It's really different. It's and it gives a different tone that this feels like a different series, but it's still within that same universe. So you see ways how we all, you know, have continuity together, but like, you're not just getting another Walking Dead or Fear the Walking Dead show. You're getting a different spinoff in the same universe with a different tone, based around kids who have a different aspect and viewership going into the world beyond. And what's really cool is that we're getting to know their background, so we're actually getting to see how their upbringing is much more different than what we've seen from other characters. So it's very interesting and very cool. So I cannot wait for you all to check this out. I've seen mixed reviews about this already, and I'm here to say, like, it's a good series, and you're absolutely, all the fans and loyalists of The Walking Dead, you're gonna love this. And for the ones who may be trying to get back into The Walking Dead, this is definitely a good starting point right now. And you know, October 4th is going to be a crazy night, because again, the conclusion of season 10 of The Walking Dead, which is a crazy episode. You can check out my non-spoiler review, which has already been released. And then with this is going to be amazing. And as I said, all spoiler reviews will be releasing at the conclusion of each show, so you definitely can stay tuned for that. By all means, everybody, definitely let me know in the comments. Are you excited for the series? What do you think is going to happen? And definitely, let's start a conversation. Non-spoiler, of course, but stay tuned, because many more reviews from the Walking Dead universe are coming to you very soon. Thank you for watching, folks.